How's it going, guys? This is John Lunnon back with another video. This one, I'm just talking about the cybersecurity internship that I've just completed. So I got my certificate, I've done all the tasks, I've done everything I needed to do. So effectively I've got experience now. So if I wanted to go and work in a tech company, I can do it. But my plan now is to not rush into it. It's quite easy to just think, oh great, I've got these new skills, I'm going to go for it. And past experience from working in jobs and then changing to another one, there's sometimes be the toxic environment. So I'm going to wait till I find the right job or the right company, because I'm not in a rush. Where I'm working at the moment, the guys are fine and there isn't anyone who's toxic, so it makes a change. I've had to deal with some pretty nasty people over the years, so I'm going to talk about that in some other videos. So yeah, this video is more about not rushing into it, but finding the right one that is good for me, my personality, and also do my research on it. Yeah, so for years I've worked in the tool hire game, so I've always been repairing, fixing equipment, and dealing with various aspects in the construction industry. So I've done metal fabrication, so welding and metal work. Yeah, I've gone on to sort of servicing small engines, and a lot of it's been sort of self-taught. I've kind of had to figure out along the way. I haven't done a apprenticeship for a lot of the stuff I'm learning. I kind of just had to pick them up in the jobs I went for. So over the years I've built up many different skills. A lot of it is dealing with various sort of people. I found there's been a lot of very difficult people to deal with working within the construction industry as a whole. There's a lot of egos, a lot of people trying to prove themselves, and a lot of bullies as well. I think you get bullies in every environment. The sad thing about it, a lot of the bullies, I think that they're very insecure, and they take their annoyance out on people in the wrong way, and it always seems to ruin the environment. So I've worked in a few jobs where you could have one guy and he completely kills the vibe. So yeah, it's finding the right environment to work in, and this is what I'm talking about, working in tech. So where I'm working at the moment, it's the first time I'm working with a bunch of guys who are actually all right. There's no one's trying to put anyone down, and it's a breath of fresh air, trust me. I've worked with some interesting characters over the years, put it that way. Okay, so while I was doing my cybersecurity internship, I was doing threat intelligence, vulnerability management, and I was building up a portfolio on GitHub. I'll even put the link underneath this video so you can see it. So if you're thinking about learning cybersecurity or doing anything sort of in tech, I recommend setting up a GitHub repository so you can put your websites, any coding projects you've been sort of completing within that repository, and then over time you'll build up quite a lot of experience, and then if you want to go, you'll change careers and you can sort of show what you've been doing. I've done over 10 projects now, so I've been doing this internship. I've just been taking my time with it. So I've been studying probably IT and cybersecurity continuously for about 18 months now, and this is the first time I could sort of take a bit of a breather. I've done the internship, so I'm just thinking, what's next? Is there any other courses that I'm sort of missing out on? So what I'm going to be doing from now on is just updating you what I'm doing, what I think is going to work for me. I might find a company that wants to sort of take me on, but like I said, I'm not in a rush. I'm just taking my time. I think when you're not in a rush to do something, then things, good things can sort of happen. You can find the right company, and it means that you're not desperate. A company doesn't sort of sense that as well, because if you're desperate, then I think people and companies can sort of pick that up on you. It's not a good place to be. A friend of mine is trying to sell his car, and he took one of the first offers, and they got a massive discount on the sale of the car that he was offering. And then within a week, someone else sort of offered him, said, I wanted to buy that car, and he was willing to pay the extra money that he originally wanted. So he said if he was patient and didn't sort of rush into it, he would have made more money. Okay, so the other thing about not rushing means that I can sort of wait and find the right company that's for me. Ideally, I'd love to get a job where I'm working from home, because obviously I've been doing cybersecurity. That means I can log into a computer or a server, and I can keep an eye on traffic coming in and out of the server or virtual machine. That means that I can sort of do that anywhere. And for my whole life, I've had to drive to work, which is, it's okay, but the commute does cost money. You got to obviously pay money for petrol. So if I was able to get a job working from home, like there are jobs out there like that, that would be a dream come true. Because I'm self-motivated, I'm able to sort of just get on with things, and I'll be able to sort of plan my day around my work. I enjoy training as well, so I've got a pull-up bar, do my yoga and training at home. I also do martial arts once a week as well. So that all keeps me fit. So I'm very sort of self-motivated. So ideally, a job at home would be the one I'd be looking for. Or a hybrid, there are jobs out there that you could go in for sort of 2 days. They want you in 2 days a week, which that wouldn't bother me so much. But then at the extra days, I would get more done at home. I would definitely get the work tasks done, but it would just make a nice change rather than having to drive, half an hour to work and waste money on petrol, waste time commuting as well. Okay, so while I've been doing the internship and all that, the different studies and things, I've had to sort of set a routine. So generally I'll go to work and I'd sort of do all my hours, and then when I get in from work, I'll have a shower, have my dinner, and then watch sort of TV for about 20 minutes, and then I'll spend about an hour to an hour and a half just on the computer. And it's not been easy, because some days I've not really been in the mood for it. It's one of those things, I just try and get 1% better every day. So that's what I've been focused on. And when I started doing it, I didn't have any sort of IT experience on my CV. Thankfully, now I've actually done all this, I do actually have another CV. So I've got one for doing servicing sort of small tools and things like that in the construction industry, and all the things I've done in that. And I've also got my tech sort of resume or CV, what I call it. Yeah, because I've done all these things, I don't actually feel stuck anymore. So I feel like there's more options for me. Because in the past, I've worked with some very difficult people. When you can only do sort of one skill, and there's only so many jobs out there, you can go from one company. There's generally sort of similar sort of environments. So I find that if you have more options, then you can be a lot calmer in yourself, that you're not having to sort of put up with certain sort of situations. So I'll talk about work bullies in another video, but that has been sort of like a real problem I found working in the construction industry. There's a lot of very fiery characters. So yeah, if you're in the same situation or you're being stressed out, I recommend doing some IT courses, because there's quite a few ones that you can do that are paid, or you can get free ones like I found. The first one I found was a university course, and that was basically called the Principles of Cybersecurity Level 2. So I actually have a university linked to my CV now, which I didn't have before. So there are ways you can sort of bump up your qualifications. Like I said, if you're going to do any study or anything, you just sort of set like a routine, like I did. It's not hard. I mean, you just do a couple of days a week, or even save it for the weekend. Bit by bit, you can build up your CV over time. Obviously, working full time, you might have kids, and you work stresses and things like that can sort of get in the way. But if you stay committed and you don't give up, then eventually you're going to get the qualifications you need. And you'll find a tech job if you want to move away from construction. Another thing is, I'm not getting any younger, so by the time you're sort of in your 50s or 60s, your body starts to struggle on you, or you start suffering. I've got some back injuries from the past. I also got some knee injuries, but I do yoga. I've got I do my body weight training. I've got my pull-up bar. Do martial arts. I also take loads of supplements, so I keep myself pretty fit. You do have to take care of yourself. So part of the reason for learning IT is eventually I'm going to need to change, because the body's not going to want me to do tool hire mechanic work. Okay, so I'm not going to go on for too much in this video. I just want to keep it fairly short, just saying what I've been up to. So if you're in the same sort of situation like me when I started 18 months ago roughly, if you feel stuck in your job and you're looking to change, then I can sort of show you what I've done, and it gives you some kind of roadmap. I've already done one video a few months ago. This is just a continuation from that, just saying I've completed my internship. So I've pretty much done course back to back, over the last 18 months, and pretty tired now, so I'm gonna take a month off from studying and just see what's out there. But yeah, if you like what you've seen, or you're actually studying for something, or you work in the construction industry, put in the comments, let me know, and then it'd be good to talk to you. I'll speak to you soon. Take care.